Hello students, today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is pollination. See dear students, if we talk about pollination, so it is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. The transfer of pollen grain or the male reproductive part from one flower to the another flower or sometimes in the same flower, okay, that is known as pollination. So if we talk about this pollination, we can simply write transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. Now, if we are going to classify pollination, the pollination can be grouped into two categories. First one, self-pollination, and the second one is cross-pollination. This cross-pollination is also known as xenogamy. And this self-pollination can be further grouped into two categories. One is autogamy and the another one is chaetonogamy. Now we have three new terms. First one, second one, and this one is the third one. These are the three new terms which you might have not heard earlier. Now coming to this one, first of all, self-pollination. What is self-pollination? The pollination that takes place within the same flower or within the same plant is said to be self-pollination. In this particular self-pollination, autogamy refers to pollination. Let me show you. Pollination that takes place within the same flower. Means the flower will be bisexual and the pollination means the transfer of pollen will take place within the same flower. If we talk about chaetonogamy, it is a pollination that takes place within different flower of the same plant. Means the plant will be same but the flower will be different. So students, if we talk about the difference between autogamy and chaetonogamy, the major difference is that this autogamy takes place within the same flower and chaetonogamy takes place within different flowers from the same plant. The another difference is that this autogamy is self-dependent, means it does not require any agent, but here some agent is required, because without the help of agent the pollen cannot transfer from one flower to another. The agent might be insect, wind, water, anything, but there some external agent is required. But here in case of autogamy, no external agent is required. Now if we talk about xenogamy, so xenogamy, as I have told you, that it is a type of cross-pollination, or it is a cross-pollination. So cross-pollination means the transfer of pollen grains within different plants. Okay? So here the pollen grain will transfer from one plant to another. That is known as xenogamy. Pollination that takes place within different plant. Now, if we are going to classify this xenogamy, it can be grouped into abiotic and biotic factor. What are abiotic factors? Wind pollination as well as water pollination. Wind pollination also known as anemophily, and water pollination also known as hydrophily. These are the two important terms. Now if we talk about biotic factor, there are many biotic factors. Some of the biotic factors: insects. The pollination by insect is known as entomophily. The second one is bat. Pollination by bat is known as chiropterophily. Third one is bird. Pollination by bird is known as ornithophily. Then snails are also there, and pollination by snail is known as malacophily. See students, these are the different agents, or these are the different biotic agents which are responsible for pollinating different type of flowers, or you can say for cross pollinating different type of flowers. These are abiotic factors such as wind and water, anemophily and hydrophily. Some of the plants that means whose habitat are near the water or aquatic bodies, they can be pollinated by the help of water. Then most of the plant get pollinated by the help of wind. The wind pollination is also there. Autogamy I have already told you, and geitonogamy. So these are the different types of pollination that can be seen in different type of plants. Now coming to the next topic, adaptation for self-pollination. See, there are different plants that adapt themselves differentially so as to perform self-pollination. So adaptation for self-pollination, if we talk about, so the first thing here is bisexuality. Means the plant will produce bisexual flower. If the plant will produce bisexual flower, chances of self-pollination will automatically increase. The second thing is homogamy. If we talk about homogamy, it means maturation of both the sex organ at the same time, means male and female sex organ mature at the same time. There is one more thing which is known as cleistogamy or cleistogamous also. If we talk about cleistogamy, so cleistogamy means the flower that do not open at all. See students, if we talk about this particular term cleistogamy or cleistogamous flowers, so these are the flower which do not open at all. If the flower will not open and their genitals are present inside it, inside the petals, so in that case there will be chance of self-pollination only. It cannot cross-pollinate because that flower is not going to open for any other pollen grain. So since it is not opening, so there the production will be always same type of flower, that is self-pollination. So these are the three different types of adaptation of flowers or adaptation of plants so as to show self-pollination. or inbreeding. We can also say inbreeding devices. Alright students, after this, the next thing is outbreeding devices. But before going towards outbreeding devices, we will discuss about advantage and disadvantage of self-pollination. So what are advantage and disadvantage? See, if we talk about advantage, so the first thing is the flower that performs self-pollination are independent flowers. Means they do not require any type of external agent in most of the cases. Means at least where autogamy is taking place, in that cases it do not require or it do not depend upon any external agent. First thing. Second thing, need not produce large amount of pollen grains, a large number of pollen grains. Since self-pollination will take place within the same flower or within the same plant, so a lot of pollen grains is not required. So that is also one of the major advantage of self-pollination. If we talk about disadvantage of self-pollination, so weaker progeny after several generations. It means after few generations, 4 to 5 generations, the progeny that will be produced will be weaker. So the chance of survival of that particular species becomes very less. That is one of the major disadvantage in self-pollination. Our students, moving to the next topic, that is outbreeding devices. See, outbreeding devices, if we talk about, we can also write it adaptation of plants for cross-pollination. Cross-pollination. So students, here are different terms related to this. See, the first thing that will be the major point for cross-pollination is unisexuality. The plant will produce unisexual flower. So if unisexual or monosexual flower will be produced, the chance of self-pollination will automatically reduce to unisexuality. The second thing is dichogamy. So if we talk about dichogamy, it means maturation of sex organ at different times. Different times means see, it is further subdivided into two parts, protoandry and protogyny. When the anther matures prior to the ovary, that condition is known as protoandry or protandry, and when the ovary matures prior to the anther or prior to the formation of pollen grains, it is said to be protogyny. So dichogamy is also one of the important outbreeding device or one of the important adaptation of plant for cross pollination. The other thing is hercogamy. if we talk about hercogamy, so it is a special type of barrier in plants, or you can say a structural barrier due to which self-pollination cannot occur. That thing is known as hercogamy. One more thing is there, heterostyle. If we talk about heterostyle, so here the size or the position of the male as well as female part is different, means the male part will be either too short so as to reach to the stigma, or the female part will be at a higher position so that the pollen grains of the same flower cannot reach and pollinate it. So these are different adaptation of plant for cross pollination. For today, it is all about pollination. Now, in the next lecture, we will meet with some other topic. Thank you.